and My Hero Academia Season 6 has been absolutely incredible, and the second course continue to be absolutely insane. I haven't talked about the second part of this season in a minute, I'm not gonna lie. Because honestly, well, number one, I wasn't really in the mood to make the videos. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it and lie. But number two, right, I actually just wanted to just binge it. I'm really glad I did, because it made the whole perspective of season 6 part 2 even stronger for me, and reaffirmed to me that this season is probably going to be the best season of MHA for me, or yeah, at least my favorite. We're going to talk about the first 4 episodes of second course, so literally straight after, obviously spoiler alert for season 6, but straight after the wars ended, that aftermath, every episode since. So that's what we're going to talk about. But to start off with, let's start with the first episode of the second course. I'm not gonna lie, the first half of it was absolutely egregious, because that was just a recap. And I understand why there's gonna play a recap. I mean, a lot of stuff happened, and when I started the recap, yeah, because I think I was told it in a stream, on the manga stream, when I started the recap, at first I wasn't like too upset. I was like, you know what, like the first 2 minutes I was like, you know what, this is actually not that bad. But then after a while, like 2 minutes passed and I said, yeah, this recap has gone on way too long. Like, bro, half an episode? Jesus. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting that, and yeah, don't do that again. But other than that, right, that's the only negative I have, right? The final half of that episode was insanely, like, emotionally poignant. That's what I'd say. Everything emotionally, actually, I would say that about every episode, actually. Everything emotionally is hitting harder in the anime, and you would think, I would usually expect it based off the music and maybe some of the animations, but I don't understand how the vibe has gotten a lot like more emotionally poignant. When the heroes were retiring and the aftermath, seeing all the damage and debris, it did hit harder in the anime. Hearing people cry while they're dying after all the damage, rather than reading it on the page, it hits harder. It's quite a depressing episode. And coming on to the next episode, which was the Tarturus breakout arc, or the Tartarus breakout episode, done fantastically well. What I was surprised on the most is the animation of some of that episode was insane. Like when Shigaraki dropped down and he was like, or not even dropped down, when he decayed one of the towers, fire animation. I love what they're doing with the Shigaraki and AFO voice. I love how they're intertwining them, and they're using that a lot to make us know that, hey, this is AFO Shiggy. The spinner stuff in the Tartarus arc was hitting, or the Tartarus episode was hitting a lot harder, because we had the backstory that was removed from season 5 put into season 6. So thank God you put that in. I love the voice of Lady Nagin. They got that pretty well done. The music has also been absolutely fire these last couple episodes. I'll talk more about that in the Endeavor and Todoroki part, but the music has gotten fire, and it made the whole Tartarus breakthrough even more atmospheric. The backgrounds was done very well. It was a very dark, as in like dark as in, not like dark as in vibe, but dark as in actually a dark looking episode, and I was able to see everything very clearly. So they did a fantastic job with the Tartarus episode. Coming on to the Hawks episode, I thought that was done very well. The voice actors really killed it for the voice of Hawks in these situations, especially how Hawks knows he abandoned his family, and the way he's trying to come to grips with that. All the little bits where Hawks is having his cute little Endeavor toy. I did love that in the manga, and it was really like a sad story, but seeing it animated, man, I actually wanted to give him a hug. What I really like about this episode is the fall of Hero Society is so much more obvious than it is in the manga. Maybe because of the way it was adapted, I don't know, but it just feels like it's easier to understand, hey, this world has just gone into absolute ruins. Seeing how all of the Endeavor family, or the Todoroki family, is trying to address Toya was very interesting to me, because when I read it in the manga, yeah, and before this whole bit happened, we all used to think, oh, Endeavor, screw you, you ruined your whole family, this, that. And he did, don't get it twisted, he did. What I really rated the most in the manga when I read it, and obviously seeing it adapted, was the fact that each person understands the blame and the part they played in terms of Toya turning into a villain. It's not just Endeavor that did it. It's Endeavor and the family that couldn't stop Toya. I like how they address that. When somebody has, let's say, anything mental or anything that, any problem that they have, that it's not just usually, it can be one person, yes, but if it's in a family environment as well, it could be multiple. And it's very interesting that they're able to show that so well in the adaptation and in the story, and this is one of the reasons why I rate My Hero, because it's so realistic. Those 3 episodes, I have to give credit, they were absolutely incredible. I would say all of them 9 out of 10s. They were all being incredible. But we got to talk about this episode that happened on Saturday. To talk about the episode itself, right? My God in heaven, what a flipping episode. I feel like, is that the best episode of the season? I think it might be, you know, because yeah, the backstory and the story was really, really heartbreaking when I saw it in the manga, but I'm sorry, it did not hit as hard as it did in this anime episode. 100%. The reactions from Endeavor, the art of Endeavor losing his freaking mind, beautiful. Like, the one panel I can't stop thinking about is Endeavor with his teeth gripped out and his eyes are staring at Ray like, Ray, what the hell? And I believe this was when he caught Toya, and Toya was like, hey, come and fight, come and see my new secret move in the forest, and he was just like not having it. I can understand why. I mean, Endeavor doesn't want his son to die, so he's literally telling him, hey bro, can you not do this? And especially when Endeavor is so obsessed with beating All Might because he wants to be number 1, he's trying to create this ultimate prodigy in order to beat All Might. It's just a whole family messed up situation that Endeavor has definitely caused, but the way it's affected everybody individually is so interesting. Like, how they addressed it in the episode is, Fuyumi's like, I was just trying to avoid everything. Natsu's like, well, I could have talked to Toya, but man, I didn't want to get involved. Shoto was young, but was full with hate eventually later as he got older. Endeavor was just being Endeavor, messing up. And then Ray, honestly, yeah, Ray had a fault in it, yeah. But I do feel bad for her, because if you think about the context, right? She got sold off by her family. She got sold off for her family. And she was okay with it, right? And she understood that she was meant to basically be producing Endeavor children in order to, basically, like, it's forced marriage and forced production and all that. But, man, seeing her like break down for Toya, man, it's painful. And yeah, she has some fault because she should have stopped her. It's her child that's doing some dangerous things. We really and truly, as a parent, right, if your child is doing something dangerous and is basically killing them, you should stop them. I'm sorry, you should stop them. You're the mother, you should stop them. But based on this whole like bad situation, because she understands that he's not getting acknowledged at all, and that's heartbreaking for a kid to not get acknowledged by your parents. So it was just a whole like a mess, man. And I love the way the episode illustrated it, because it just showed all different sides. Everybody had a fault. No one is free. How depressing it was to see Toya burn up, man. Oh my God. The thing is, I understand why Toya is acting the way he did. Imagine if you're a kid, right? And in the hero society, bear in mind, in a world full of superheroes, heroism is the #1 profession, right? Imagine you're being told as a kid, you're going to be the strongest hero on the planet. Easy. You're going to beat All Might, right? And I'm going to make you beat All Might. Only to just stop it out of the blue. It's because he's going to burn up. But just completely stop it, right? Tell him, hey, give up on your dreams and die. As a kid, give up on your dreams, right? That you're never going to be a hero. You better not be, when all his friends are going to be heroes. And he's training, and he's basically producing sons to just replace him over and over and over again. It's just, as a kid, that could give some emotional damage. This is why I love My Hero, because hero society is a blessing and also a curse in the fact that you go in and yeah, everyone's having loving heroes, and heroes are there and it's so awesome, but also heroism can just destroy families because people are obsessed with trying to be heroes and trying to make money and try and do this because it's an actual profession. Then also with quirks, because quirks are literally parts of your bodies, and it's external powers with the meshing with the human body, that there is some like there are some, how do I explain it? There are basically some, I was gonna say hereditary, but it doesn't make sense. But basically, because you have a quirk and you have a body, and your bodies and quirks aren't really meant to mess up, your body can get destroyed by your own power being too strong, essentially. Hence quirk singularity theory and all that. But it's just a whole sad thing in this world, and that's why, like, even though you think everything is good in somebody's heroic life, it might actually not be. Look at Endeavor, #1 hero. Everyone probably thinks he's all good. No, he's not. His family is trash because of him. Also, another thing I want to mention, right? I didn't think about this until I thought about it, right? Why didn't Endeavor just get Toya some support gear to help counteract the cells in his body that's are ice cells that basically blend more with ice than with fire. Why didn't he just get a support item for that? I mean, that is exactly what Aoyama has, or else Aoyama wouldn't be able to use his quirk well. Why didn't he think of that? Just saying, why didn't he think of that? Anyway, that's all I want to say about that. I mean, if we want to talk more, talk to me on socials and all that about the Todoroki family, because to be honest with you, I would have loved to talk more and more on it, like for the fact that I feel like Toya was trying to brainwash Natsu. Him trying to kill Shoto was absolutely insane. It shows that his mental state has gone down the toilet, which his family maybe should have tried to figure out. There's so many things we could talk about with this, and there's so many things to dissect. What I rate the most about the whole Todoroki family drama, why I think it's probably some of the best written stuff in MHA, is because it's just so understandably realistic. And it's kind of weird for me to say that because it's not realistic at all. We're talking about fire powers and and wanting to be the number one hero and stuff. But when you understand that family dynamic and how familial pressures can affect children and how it can mentally scar children as well, especially how parents act as well, it's like very understandable why the Todoroki family is the way they are and why the children are dealing with this whole thing in different ways, and why this whole situation is just being a cluster F of a situation because they just not addressed it. Is just so beautiful. It's such high level, like such good writing from Horikoshi. All I can say is well done, Bones. You've adapted that very, very well. That was some of the most sensitive material in the whole series, and you've adapted that fantastically. So maybe I should be a lot nicer to them, because they've actually, to be honest, this season has been so far a 9.5. They've done a very good job so far, so I'm going to try and be a bit more lenient. Two more things I need to mention about this core: the opening and the ending. Why does this season have some of the best openings and endings? I mean, bro, I'm shocked. Like, bro, bangers. Both are cores have been bangers. The opening was so good because it's very not the, I guess, depressing, but not really depressing. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very like soft, you know, like very like slow and all that. Just like, oh, you're here for the feels this half of the season, you know? Even the animation though, oh my god, Cube God definitely did that. What's his name? Nakamura, I believe. Cube God definitely did that because, some of the cuts, Jesus, man. Some of the cuts in the opening is absolutely fire. And obviously, Eve, well done. That song is slaps. I'm repeating that song. And another song I'm also got on repeat is the ending. Because that ending, oh my god, man. That ending is, oh man, that's definitely my favorite ending of MHA since like probably the first one. I can't think of another ending. This might even top it. Well, they're very similar actually, the first ending and this ending. They're showing different parts of Deku's journey, and it has a very emotional song and Deku going through it and running through the song. So this one hits more because we've gone through so much stuff. And it's just, this half of the season is an emotional thrill line. So just seeing all that, it was just, I almost teared up. I can't lie. I just felt like it gave me that when I was a kid and I was watching a Naruto ending, and the ending would just show all the stuff that happened, or Naruto. Like, I know I keep on bringing back Naruto, but I'm not trying to say MHA is Naruto. Don't get crazy in the comments. But what I'm trying to say is that it gave me that vibe that I liked when I was younger and watching all these shonen characters go through this journey, and you're just like, damn, we've been through it, guys. We've really been through it. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to go on too long because this video is gonna be hella long, but thank you very much for watching. Did you like anything I said? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comment section. I'm open to discussion. It's good to talk about MHA, the anime, again. I haven't done that in a minute. But thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more on pop culture and entertainment. I hope you have a great day. I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you soon. All right, peace.